wanted to take the time to Memorial Day to remember the soldiers and the people who fought, and also to remember the past. It's a very bittersweet situation because we get to talking about it from black and white and everything that happened with DEI and all the stuff being whitewashed. If you've had military in your family, you can hit you in different ways. This particular is hit because of the circumstances, and then again because of some of the unfortunate ignorance that has been allowed to been pushed, especially from a draft dodger. You want to acknowledge the people that fought and put themselves on the line, and you're also having a hard time digesting some of the ignorance that comes out with certain folks with you know the circumstances that come out where you are trying to, want to acknowledging it, but then you also got other things in the back of your mind that's at work and at play, and how it is all going on, and the totality, and the lack of morality and reflection. So, I definitely put it out there where I acknowledge those who fought and served. However, it's at the same time having a hard time justifying when the people who are dealing with separations and people who fought and gave so much, and yet they're being deported or taken out, or they're being whitewashed where their contributions as military is being taken out from museums and places. So it's a very bittersweet situation. Also, I'm a firm believer that most military people have not gotten their due compensation for what they were to serve and protect, to fight for freedoms, etc. They should be better compensated. They should be treated better and more dignified. There shouldn't be anybody homeless, but there shouldn't be nobody from the military that has to go through that situation. So when we talk about Memorial Day, we're talking about the basic understanding and principles of fight and freedom, but also understanding of how where you are as a people, and everything that's going on, and you want to uh, everything into perspective. So it's just a reality that it has to be met where people understand the having a compassion. um, it runs deep, and so it's just something that I want to take the time to acknowledge. But again, it's a bittersweet situation because I never feel that people who served, especially black soldiers, etc., have gotten their true due. World War One, World War Two, Spanish War, Civil War, all the way to Vietnam. And there's always that promise of freedom and equality, and it's still fighting for it. So when you hear about separate barracks, I have many relatives, including my grandfathers, great grandfathers, cousins, uncles, relatives, people who've done it, both sides family, and never coming back home and feeling like you're at home. Always something to remind you of a not so distant past and not so distant part that is still there. So the fight on and off is still there, but you definitely want to take time to acknowledge those who serve to protect and did it at the highest level, and it can never be taken for granted because you have to have some kind of civility, but we never know. What lies ahead with war and everything. So anyway, please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.